Welcome to Nutz At Night, episode number 94. The show on the Podnutz Network where we just bring stuff that we think is kind of cool or interesting or weird or sometimes inappropriate. And we talk about it. And we share it with you guys. So let's do that right now, shall we? Let's introduce the co-host, Steve D'Amico from StephenD'Amico.com. What's up?
Hey. What's down is my cam.
Yeah, your camera's down.
I didn't sync. There we go. What's going on?
What's going on, dude?
Not much. It's been hot, really hot. Why is it either like freezing cold out or it's just blazing hot? I don't understand.
I don't either. It's a good question. Maybe Liam from liamtech.com will know. Liam Tidwell. What's up, Liam?
I'm just typing in a CAPTCHA here, getting it going.
Good for you.
I have no idea why it's like that. I think maybe he's just a pansy. That's probably it.
Yeah, it's probably that's what I was thinking.
He does a lot of whining.
Yeah, all day today.
Good for you. Good for you.
Don't ignore his texts if he texts you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't do that.
What?
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't ignore his texts. You know how many times I've texted this guy to no answer? Several in like the last couple weeks. No, they just go into the ether, whatever you say. Yeah, like, do you want to be on Android App Addicts?
Oh,
wait.
Yeah,
wait.
Yeah,
What?
I have to admit. Okay, yeah, that has happened. I have to admit.
Oh, so you did get them. Oh, thank you very much. This is the way I find out.
No, I almost always get them after the fact.
If anybody's tuning in, that's how time works. I send them and you get them afterwards.
Yeah.
Joining us also is Blake Lively in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And she is going to be the silent third party. I'd much rather have Blake on than Chris, to be honest. But Chris, I guess Chris could have provided a little more entertainment because he actually talks. Well, maybe we'll have him on next week. All right, Steve D, what'd you bring for this week?
There's a great story that hit pretty viral. It's some guy actually had his MacBook stolen, and check this out. He decided to make a Tumblr blog or Tumblr site, and actually, he put some kind of software on it. I'm not sure what it was, and it secretly, I guess it's like it secretly takes pictures or has some kind of remote control over the MacBook, and it allows the true owner of the MacBook to actually take pictures.
Yeah.
That's somebody without actually notifying the person who's using it.
Oh, this is so cool. This is called this guy has my MacBook.tumblr.com.
Yes, and so this guy had his MacBook stolen and then decided to take pictures of the new owner. New owner, as in the thief, the MacBook thief.
Right.
Let me just
read this. This is pretty cool. On March 21st, 2011, my MacBook was stolen from my apartment in Oakland, California. I reported the crime to the police and even told them where it was, but they couldn't help me due to lack of resources, so he knew where it was. Meanwhile, I'm using the awesome app Hidden to capture these photos of the guy who has my MacBook. And he's got updates.
Forgot the name of that.
So
that's got to be the same app that that school got in trouble for using to spy on their students, right?
The guy sleeping on the couch next to my MacBook. Yeah, it's probably. I think there's a couple of those apps. I really don't know what this guy is doing with my MacBook. Oh my god!
Look how creepy that guy is.
Guy signing into his Google account on my MacBook
and wiping out
deleting his account, deleting the true owner's account on his MacBook.
Oh man!
Guy staring deliriously into my MacBook. This is really funny, dude.
Oh man!
Guy driving away with my MacBook.
He's wearing the same clothes in all of those.
He is.
No. Is he really?
Oh, not completely.
Anyway, if you follow the timeline, it looks like he got it back. The Oakland police acquired my MacBook last night, and I picked it up this morning. An Oakland police officer just called me to let me know they arrested the guy in my photos. Booyah! The police used my evidence, and that he was a driver and tricked him into picking them up. Nice work, Oakland PD.
Wow. So now all you got to do is get malware to install this app for you, and just run a blog, and you're gonna have MacBooks pouring in.
That's great. That's actually great, man. I'm really impressed that it all worked out. Like, this is like happy ending. You know, it's like he made the blog, he took the pictures. It's almost like it was planned. It's too perfect. You know?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just an awesome story. And look, even Blake likes it too.
She likes everything.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. I love that.
Yeah, it's really great. I wish there was. I wonder what is like that for the PC, because this is definitely a Mac app. You know.
I don't know. They have to have one for the
They
PC.
have stuff out there. I just don't know what it is. I never actually looked into it. I mean, it's not gonna make me any money.
Speaking of that versus the Mac versus PC, remember I was talking about a couple. I'm not going to get into it. Remember I was talking about a couple shows ago about how they just need to make metal laptops. I can't remember what show. And to compete with Mac. Well, they actually are now. I haven't been like looking at laptops lately, but I did recently. But I actually did like yesterday or the day before. And there's a bunch of metal laptops coming out. Like Samsung has it almost looks like a MacBook clone.
Yeah, it's like their MacBook Air clone, right?
Yeah,
I think it's nice. It costs the same as a MacBook Air.
See that? I know, dude. That's the problem. They got it right. They finally started making metal laptops to compete with Apple, but they're charging the same price or more than the Macs. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just jump into the game and do that. You got to undercut, I think, in the beginning. So at least they're making a metal. Nobody's going to buy them. Here's what's going to happen. Nobody's going to buy them. They're going to think it's a flop, and they're going to stop making metal ones. Where what they really should do is just make them at a discount. Make them metal. Make them at a discount. Sell a ton of them. Get some capital. Then once you have like a reputation for making kick-ass laptops, then sell them for a premium price. But you can't just charge over what Apple charges off the bat. I don't think.
No,
well,
especially they have the same software.
They can because the hardware is 2 years newer.
No, they still can't. It doesn't matter. Apple has established it doesn't matter what hardware is in their machine. It could be 2 years old and people will still buy it. So I think that other companies should do the same. Put old hardware in it, charge way less, sell a ton of the things. They will sell a ton of the things. A nice quality PC laptop. I would buy one if it wasn't $1,500. Come on. I think they're missing the boat. Just make them metal and cheap. That's all. I think that's a winning combination.
There's business grade ones. There's been business grade Dells for a long time that have been metal for a while.
Yeah, actually, there are business ones. You're right. But we don't see them. I mean, you don't see them at Best Buy or places where just regular consumers buy them. See, regular consumers buy Apples. Apples aren't business laptops, so they should make regular non-business metal laptops that are cheap, and they will sell. Guaranteed.
I agree. But you know what I do like, which is kind of I think a halfway medium between this, is that glossy plastic, that type that's just so shiny, it looks like candy. They've been making stuff that's like that has like more of like a more durable type of plastic, that has like patterns, almost like a snake skin or all these different kind of things like that.
Yeah.
It's so much more durable. It doesn't nearly scratch like as easy. It's nice. There's some of them that have been out there that's pretty nice, and it's cheap, like really cheap.
But that makes it look cheap. I don't like that shiny plasticky crap.
I hate the shiny.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's what I mean.
It's horrible.
No, that's the old. No. That's what I'm saying is that they stop. Some of the laptops.
You're saying they're matte.
That.
They're textured.
Yeah, it's like a textured matte kind of thing.
Matte.
And it's much more
I've got a
durable.
couple of those over here in the corner, a G560 and a G550, and they're great because of that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That's pretty cool. That's not bad.
Yeah, because you could beat them up and they still look pretty good.
Yeah.
Even the scratches that do get put in them, you don't see them nearly as easy.
Yeah.
But with the other ones, you breathe on them wrong and they look like hell.
I know. It's amazing, and they just look like toys. Look and feel like toys. I guess I think they can only get away with that for so long before people say, "Well, I don't want to spend for a Mac, but I don't want a piece of junk crap." There's got to be some middle ground. I think that's where make some metal laptops, charge mid-range for them, higher than the plasticky, cheapy toy ones, and lower than a Mac, and you'll sell 1 billion of them.
Yeah, I think there's enough people that have had a laptop that had that kind of plastic like material on it, and now their next purchase, or they decided, nah, I'm not gonna buy that.
Right.
I'm not gonna get that again because it just looked like hell in a week.
Well, I mean, if you want to copy Mac, and you know they are with that Samsung MacBook Air thing. If you want to copy Mac, do it, but just make them not as good, but almost like close, approaching, and charge way less. I mean,
Just make it look like a MacBook, and then you just put
Right.
make it a Hackintosh.
Seriously. All right, Liam, what do you got for us this week?
Well, we talked about this kind of a couple weeks ago, how we're all going to die from sitting at our desks. So I thought I would bring.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I just muted myself because I have too many windows, and so you have to activate the right one before you push enter. So there's that link. This is called standard die clock. It's your standing clock. So every few minutes reminds you to get up. Because who was it? Was it you, Steve, brought that? Said we're going to
No.
die from sitting.
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah.
I still like that article.
You've been standing for 25
Standard eye.
seconds? How does it know I've been standing for 25 seconds? What? Standing clock. Wait a minute.
Following hot on the heels of the previous mentioned "Sitting is Killing You" infographic, the
The
standard,
ever popular infographic.
yeah, the standard eye, what? The standard eye clock is meant to get people standing more time out of the chair than tracking their hours spent upright. No, what the hell? I don't even get it either.
So this
I think it's
actually isn't
probably
the
an app.
clock. That's just a picture of the clock,
I guess so.
Liam?
Yeah.
I put a different link in there for you.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
here we go.
that was a Lifehacker article explaining this link. Stand in the place where you work. There are 40 hours in a typical work week. Standing clock lets you track how many of those hours you don't spend sitting in an office chair because your office chair is killing you. Log in. If it's going to ask me to register, they could suck it.
And if you click the "Why should I care" kind of toward the bottom left, it links you back to the standing is killing you. So that's where that came from.
I already set it up, and it's it's pretty cool actually. It's you sign in with your Google account.
Yeah.
And what it does is it's just got a big button. It looks just like the graphic in Lifehacker. It's just a big button and a countdown clock. I mean, that's just a count up clock.
Right.
And what you're supposed to click on it each time you stand up, and then it tracks your time sitting. So it tracks both. And what I did was I did it for 4 seconds. And it said, "Holy cow, you stood for 4 seconds."
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then you could brag about this session, and you can connect to it with Twitter and things like that. It's pretty cool. It's it's like a little toy, a little fun.
That is pretty neat.
This probably was coded in like
10 seconds?
probably between breakfast and lunch.
Thank you for that, Liam. Now we all can live longer thanks to that. Let me talk about this thing here. This is, you guys know Wilbur Bear. I think he's still in the chat room there. I must say a staunch supporter of the network. So thank you, Wilbur Bear. I've been emailing him back and forth, and he's been sending me the coolest videos, the coolest YouTube videos. And the coolest thing about them is that it's him in the video. So here is Wilbur Bear having fun. This was the title of the video, Wilbur Bear having fun. And I think the sound's all set up, and here we go. Check this out. Here he goes.
Holy crap!
How awesome is that? Now that's Wilbur Bear in a Ford Bronco. What do they call that? Mud bogging, right? Is that what it's called? Mud bogging?
No idea.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to like monster truck shows where they do that. They basically fill a long stretch of like this little ravine, whatever you want to call it, with mud, and then they see if they could drive their trucks through it. Usually people don't make it through. This thing freaking tore it up. I thought that was super cool.
It's like a giant mud puddle.
Yeah, it's a giant, long mud puddle. Plus, if you notice, he's hauling something at the back and the end of it.
Yeah.
So.
What's he hooked to?
Whatever, some weights or something, I think.
What are you hooked to, Wilbur Bear?
I don't know.
I just saw a yes. That's all I saw.
And then
He's saying yes, it's mud bogging.
Yeah. He says, yes, I was driving that, because I asked him, like, was that you driving? Yeah, he says, I was driving. That got me a first place trophy. This is the same truck with a new body, and this is that same truck you just saw with a new body. Look at that thing. Isn't that awesome?
Wow, look at that. It looks like a tractor.
I know. I love that thing.
He says only 5 made it through.
Only 5 made it through? Wilbur Bear,
Yeah.
what did you make it through the fastest, I guess? I think he must have made it through the fastest to get the first place award. And then, Wilbur Bear, didn't you show me one where your wife drove through as well? I'm trying to find that one. I can't find that one. Let me see.
Oh, the hook, that chain, it's so that if you get stuck, they pull you out.
Oh, really?
So you're already hooked up. You know, you're already like linked up, so they can just haul you out if you get stuck, which I'm sure most people get stuck.
Right. Let me see if I can pull up the one. I don't even know if I watched. Oh, yeah, I did. I watched one. His wife did the same thing. She made it all the way through, too. I think that's just awesome. You know, it brings me back to my childhood days because I was a sucker for sitting on TV watching like Saturday cartoons, and then the commercial comes on. Sunday, monster truck weekend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, can we go, Dad? We could go. He never wanted to go. But my uncle, he was all into it. So we would go with my uncle, and my dad would come along. And it was like monster trucks, mud bogging, motocross racing. I loved that. And they would all do it like in the stadium, like where the Flyers played hockey. They'd fill it with dirt, and they'd race around in there for a while. And that's what that reminded me of, except Wilbur Bear did it in real life. So
Well, look at the chat. Wilbur Bear saying that his wife, she won a set of diamond earrings on her run. Wow.
you serious? I got to pull that up. Let me see if I can find it. I know he did send it to me. Oh, yeah. Wilbur Bear's old lady wins an event. All right, here we go. Did you hear that one guy? Somebody was going, F yeah, in there. You probably couldn't hear it. Blake, can you do that? Blake?
Of course she can.
I'd rather have a woman that can do that than Blake. That was badass. So she won a diamond earrings with that?
That's cool.
It's pretty amazing. Wilbur Bear, thanks for those videos, man. Send me some other cool, daring stuff that you did. Oh, wait, he also said, as we were talking about this, he said, I heard you guys were thinking about taking motorcycle lessons and riding motorcycles. Be careful. I hit a deer at 100 miles per hour once. Send us that story, Wilbur Bear.
How does a deer get going that fast?
Good one, Liam.
Well, it's bouncing off your hood, I guess.
How does a deer get going that fast? Very funny. All right, Steve, what else do you got for us this week?
Have you guys seen this? Microsoft introduces the Windows 8 GUI, and even like a demo and everything. It looks really cool. I mean, for tablets, it looks awesome. I'm not sure about it looks like a big version of their phone.
Wouldn't it be cool if it like blue screened on a tablet? That'd be so funny.
Do you remember when that happened?
I did not see that.
Which time?
What happened was, I think it was Windows 95. Bill Gates was demoing. No, it was one of the freaking craziest things.
It was 98.
Was it 98 or 95? It was something. It was one of those two for sure. And no, I'm almost certain it was 95 because he was introducing plug and play, I think, and had a scanner on stage. It's just the greatest story. It's an old story from way back, and he's got a scanner on stage, live audience, being videotaped, and he was going to demonstrate the installation, the very quick plug and play installation of a scanner. and he's describing the whole process, and he's doing it and he's got a computer, and you know how you guys remember back in the Windows 98, 95 days when everything was just blue screen a lot, well, a lot more than they do today. Well, he's trying to install the drivers and plug and play, and it blue screens live. And he just looked like he wanted to just crawl underneath a bed and die. Yeah. He just was like, oh, yeah. And he had just a big smile on his face. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So things like that do happen.
I cannot copy that freaking link out of the chat.
Really?
For some reason, I cannot get that link out of the chat. All right. Select all. Copy. And this is Synergy probably acting up on me here. Paste. No go. Don't ask me why. Let's try one more time here. Open up Firefox. And this is the show where we could do this kind of thing. Control V. Nope. It's just putting Wilbur Bear's email address in every time.
I think that might have been one of Bill Gates. He had to at least been one of his top moments, like as far as embarrassing moments. That just sucked. I felt bad for him more than anything.
All right, let's see if Microsoft introduces Windows in. I'm just gonna have to type in that in. It's at PC World, right?
Yeah.
PC World, search, commercial. Everything you do in PC World's a freaking commercial. Microsoft introduces Windows 8. There we go. There we go. There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
What happened? So what is it? Screenshots and stuff of it?
It's actually a live video demo of the GUI, which it's actually pretty amazing. I have to admit, it seems pretty cool. I'm like back and forth on it though because.
Hi everyone, my name is Jensen Harris.
You got an introduction by this guy, but it looks really cool. It's got a bunch of tiles like the phone, and they update like RSS feeds.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like widgets basically. It's like a whole desktop of widgets.
Oh, yeah, it does look pretty good.
It looks really cool. And this is the tablet stuff.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Keep talking.
This is basically the tablet. I thought you were gonna switch to the video. This is basically like a tab. It functions very much like a tablet. It seems like they're almost kind of in a way almost kind of abandoning desktops, the way it looks, because it seems like it's more functional or more interesting for a tablet than it is a desktop. But you can replace your finger with a mouse pretty easily, you know.
So this is the OS for the desktop? Can't be.
From what I'm seeing, it seems like they're alluding to that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not certain on that, but it seems like it so far. I mean, this is the super early stages, you know?
It looks really good.
It's really cool looking.
It looks good, but I would hate using that.
Really?
Like, it'd be great for a touch device, but I do not want to do that with my mouse.
Right, no, for a touch device, definitely. I don't want to do that with the mouse either. Swiping with the mouse
is
is
a giant Zune, really.
Right.
Only better.
Or a Windows 7 version 7 phones. You
Yeah.
know, it looks really, really good for a tablet OS, I have to admit. I'm impressed. Yeah. Look at that.
See, he's adding like different things to it.
Wow. Not bad.
Everybody should check this out. I think it's really, really cool.
Not bad.
I mean,
at all.
it's cool, but I mean, it's so different than the desktop environment we're all used to. So I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to abandon, you know, the taskbar and you know everything else on a desktop. I don't know. I assume there's probably two different modes or something, but who knows?
I really like it. That I am actually looking forward to. I am actually looking forward to that. I hope they don't mess it up somehow. Or release it like in 5 years or something like that.
pull a Vista. Yeah, everybody forgets like Vista. Like Vista, it was like 2-3 years late. Like it came out so much later than it should have. And then when it came out, I mean, we all know it came out. Ugh.
Well, yeah, it was a bomb, but you realize the user interface is basically like Windows 7. It's almost identical. So it's not how it looked that was bad. It was just everything else about it. So
I think it was the slowness. That's the
Yeah,
part that the
right.
drivers and the slowness. Oh.
Right, drivers. So that was just crazy how they could expect that people to just live with that. Like nothing works after that. New operating system. None of your devices work.
Well, they I mean, they did the right thing, Microsoft, and they brought out the drivers. They introduced that. They gave all the hardware manufacturers plenty of time to make drivers for the new OS. But
They just didn't think it would actually occur, right?
Well, the problem is they kept crying wolf, saying, "Oh, it's going to be out next month. It's going to be out next month. It's going to be out." They pulled a Duke Nukem.
Right.
Yeah, they did for a
It's going to
while,
be out.
they
It's
were.
going to be out. Update your graphics card. It's going to be out.
And all the companies were like, they finally said, forget
They're
it.
like,
And
whatever.
so they stopped making
We'll
drivers.
do it when it gets out.
Right. Yeah, that's
Especially HP. HP really took their time. Their printer drivers,
Oh.
they were brutal with that.
That's
And that's why
really
a lot of
dumb.
people-
That's really dumb of them. I think
It
I
really
think
is.
it doesn't matter. Microsoft could cry wolf for years, and HP should make sure that their drivers work on release day. I mean, think about it. It's what the
There's
most.
got to be some sadist in charge of the HP printer division. I mean, have you seen these
Yeah.
things?
They're
The ink
pieces of
runs
junk.
out after like half a ream of paper. You touch the thing, it scratches. The scratches get filled with dust on the glossy blackness that is the hell of HP.
Really?
It's just
Are the
whoever
drivers
this person is.
still approaching like a gigabyte?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, 500, 300 megs to download, and that's the slim version, so you can just get it up and running. It says drivers only, and then of course you got this crazy long install with reboot 6 times. Oh, you got to do an update to the driver that you just downloaded from the manufacturer website,
Right.
and then if you kill any of those processes, any of those 14 processes that run in the background all the time, you can't even just print. Not to speak of all the extra functions, scan to a file, all this
Right.
other stuff.
Right.
Today, I just did, I set up for a company. They were complaining they don't have a scanner. And I said, "Hey, do you have one right here?" "Well, we don't know how to use it." "So, okay, we'll plug a USB cable into your server here. You push scan to, oh, wait, I need to install a driver. 10 megs for the entire thing.
10
Brother.
megs? Are you serious?
10 megs for the entire thing. It was a brother. I love them.
Yeah,
Brothers.
but
Oh, brother.
the brother laser jets were pretty cool. They're cheap. I mean, they've been cheap for a long time.
Yeah,
they're,
yeah, they
they're like
have.
$100, and they last a long, long time. It's pretty nice. And they're, of course, they're
Yeah, I've
like you
got one
said,
on under my desk. I don't even have to install anything. I plug it in, everything works. It knows what it has.
it's funny. If you send the client out to buy a printer, they always come back with an HP printer. I don't know what it is. HP knows how to get people to buy their printers. They don't know how to make a driver.
They give
to
you a
save their
free
life.
bag that you can use for other stuff after you've unpacked the printer. What are you kidding me? What do I need a HP logoed zippered pouch and a grocery bag for? How about you build me a printer that works?
How about they take the bag out of the equation and replace it with a probably for them a 20-cent USB cable? How about that?
What they need to do is take that bag and strangle whoever is in charge of the drivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it over that
Absolutely.
person's head and make them disappear.
You know,
That's what needs to happen.
however frustrated you get, or upset, or uptight, or whatever, if you just look at Blake, it all kind of just fizzles away.
It all washes away.
Now, there must have been something happened recently with Blake, and these guys, I don't want them to tell me what it is, because it doesn't sound like it's very podnuts. Podnuts.
It's not very appropriate.
It's
appropriate.
NSFP.
SFP. But we can look at this nice, cute picture of Blake in the meantime, and then you can
Yes.
let your little minds wander. Let me talk about something that I'm interested in. I can't remember if I brought this up. And I'm sorry if I keep talking about music stuff and you guys aren't interested in that, but I think it's the coolest. Let me just show you a picture here. Okay, this is a program called Sonar. Okay? Take a look. Oops. There's all kinds of knobs and dials and buttons and graphs and waves and synthesizers and oscillators and things that I don't even know what they do. And this, what I'm showing you here, this is the allure of why I am just like addicted to learning this stuff. because there's so many freaking little buttons and things that and functions that, to me, it's just learning it is really, really fun. I mean, I feel like if I learn how to use a program like this, I've mastered audio. Do you know what I mean? And I'm really enjoying learning about this kind of stuff because I used to be a musician and I've been trying to get back into it for years, but I could just nothing really ever grabbed me to start making music, like motivated me. What really motivates me is trying to figure out how to use these programs. And these are music making programs. So I spend 90% of my time trying to figure out these programs and maybe 10% actually making music. But I have fun learning this stuff. This is like the stuff an audio engineer might enjoy. Well, there's a site that I really like. If anybody is interested in making music and figuring out these programs, I used to go to a site called Mac Pro Video, which was pretty cool. And they handled they showed videos, instructional videos on how to use a lot of this audio and video programs, but it was a lot of it was Mac based. There's a new site that I found. It's called Groove 3, and they basically cover Mac, PC, any kind of audio stuff. And here it is. For example, mixing electronic music. There's a whole series of video, like lessons. It's like a lynda.com, but just for music stuff, music software. Mixing electronic music, it's $50 to watch it, but there's just like lynda.com, there's a membership program. So I'm paying like $20 a month, and I just watch whatever videos I want, unlimited. So I never buy the downloadable $50 stuff. I just sign up for the membership. And the videos are actually really good. I have this program called Sonar X1, and here's Sonar X1 Explained. Click on that, and bring up a lesson on that, and I'll show you how cool this is. And here is tutorial on Sonar X1. Come on, load. Loading. Okay. Sonar X1 Explained. It's taking a little while.
In the last video, we talked about creating and saving a project. Good housekeeping habits are really important, and it's important.
Anyway, that's the kind of stuff it is. It's very boring. Sometimes it'll actually put you to sleep. But if you do wrap your wits around it, it's really fun to learn how to do all that stuff. I mean, there's a program in there called V-Vocal where you can just basically take any vocal and just totally manipulate it, make it like auto-tune, but it's better than auto-tune. You could actually draw wavelengths of how you want the vocals to go. It's really neat. So I'm really enjoying it, and I think that this site has some of the best instructors because they don't talk to you like you're 3 years old. In Mac Pro Video, there was a guy, Steve H., and he would literally just talk to you like you just came out of kindergarten and went and turned on your computer and watched his video. Like, these guys don't do that. They understand that you're somewhat intelligent, and that's why I like Groove 3. So check it out. I think it's cool, and that's it for that.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I spend more time learning these programs than I do making music. But eventually, I picture myself learning enough that I could make any kind of music. So that's it's like the light at the end of the tunnel, or it might be just me chasing a carrot on a stick or something like that. Anyway, what do you want to talk about now, Steve D?
I saw this article and I just thought it was just so awesome. It's really, really cool. Check this out here. This is from the of course it's BBC.
What do you mean, of course? If you would have said BuzzFeed, I would have said yes, of course.
It's got to be a news article from.
He got to it from BuzzFeed.
Every time
it's like 6 degrees of BuzzFeed.
I can't get to them. Every time I try to cut and paste, it loads Wilbur Bear's email address.
Well, why would that have something to do with me?
What I just said?
Yeah. Okay. Type in this. Japan pensioners. I could volunteer to tackle nuclear crisis.
All right. I loaded it up. Tell us about it.
Okay, this is great. So the power plants in Japan are still got major problems, and there's been a lot of the pensioners, the retired engineers for these power plants. They were all kind of coming together, and I guess they all still kind of talk and still in the network together, and they want to volunteer to tackle the nuclear crisis at themselves, like literally come out of retirement and older. I mean, these guys are in their late 70s and stuff, and go and literally work on the solutions and get hands-on the solutions for figuring out the potential meltdowns. They actually believe that there's been a few meltdowns at the Fukushima power plant. Their logic is that they're going to be exposed by radiation when they do this, and if they were to be exposed to radiation and actually get cancer from it, which is a very real possibility, their lifetime would be up by then, because it takes according to them, they're saying this is going to take like about 15 to 20 years, and that's about as long as a lot of them have to live anyway, because they would be like nearly 100 or 95 at that age, and statistically speaking, they're probably at the very end of their lives as it is. So it's only logical, they're saying it's only logical that they come out and help out and actually save the power plant for the newer generations.
That's pretty amazing.
Isn't it? It's just incredible. And they say it's
awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a good idea. I mean,
I know it really is.
I mean, I don't know if we'd ever do that here.
No, we're too selfish.
Yeah.
The problem is that the government actually has to approve of it, but they're all kind of lobbying to get it done.
That's I mean,
yes. They're saying, here's the quote, even if I were exposed to radiation, cancer would take 20 to 30 years or longer to develop. Therefore, us older ones have a less likely chance of getting cancer because they'll be probably in the ground by then.
Very interesting. These guys are good dudes, aren't they? These guys.
Yeah. This is amazing. It's just a different culture,
Well,
in some ways, a better culture.
I mean, the government should just be like, yes, before they change their minds, basically.
Well, it's tough because, I mean, if they say yes and then they go in there and they literally get obliterated with, then they're going to have trouble.
Now they need to sign a waiver.
That's a very American way of thinking it. Their worry is this: they say yes, and then these old guys get killed, right? And then they just basically they'll feel that they killed the old guys. That's the kind of basic logic behind the problem with it. Then you don't want to be the one that says yes to the destruction of the elderly.
I know, but
then they need one of the old men that are willing to do this to be in there making those decisions.
What, in the government?
In the government, yeah.
I say personally, I understand why the government's having a hard time with it, but they should let them do what they want to do. Give them the freedom. If they die in the process, I don't believe it's the blame of the government. It's the blame lies with the engineers. They should know what they're doing. That's what they do for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually raised the amount of radiation that you're like quote unquote allowed to receive legally. So I mean, they're trying their best. Like it says, to cope with the disaster, Japan has raised the radiation exposure limit for emergency workers from 100 millisieverts to 250 millisieverts, whatever that is.
Wow,
that's pretty wild. So yeah, they're saying, is this like a kamikaze mission? They're like worried, But
Yeah.
they're bored, a lot of these guys, and they feel like that they would gladly be able to. I mean, this is what they worked their whole lives for. These big power plants and everything. That they don't want to stand by as most of their life's work is destroyed from this natural disaster.
I think it's a great idea, man. Let them do it. They want to do it.
Yeah.
Sign a waiver. They need to sign a waiver.
A waiver. That's it. Done.
I mean, an agreement needs to be drawn up. I mean, so they can't.
It's not a lawsuit situation.
No, but I mean, they have to. Well, then why do they need permission from the government?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's probably some Japanese law, national, who knows what. Can you speak the language, let alone understand the government?
I think it's a great idea. It's very interesting, though. These guys are pretty heroic. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Good story.
It is.
Hopefully there'll be some kind of resolution to this soon.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. All right, Liam, what else do you got?
I got a little bit of this for you.
Okay.
So I am loving
yeah.
my freaking Synology NAS. This thing is amazing.
What is it doing? Oh, okay. You're in there now?
Yeah, I've got a customer they're using a freaking desk or workstation as a server, and all they use it for is file servers. That's file server. I get in there, I look at it. Their backup hasn't ran in 65 days. It's got multiple copies of everything. The antivirus wasn't running because it had updated, but it hadn't rebooted because nobody ever looks at the thing because it's basically a headless server the way they use it.
So you put in a Synology NAS?
It's just not working. Well, I'm getting this set up to put in, and it's just going to work so perfect for these guys. You've got freaking email notifications, so if you have problems, you can have it email you with whatever these problems happen to be. You've got all your setup in here for everything else, whether you want to put it on a domain. You can do user accounts, whatever kind of accounts you want in there. You got FTP server. You can set up web access. They've got modules where you can do surveillance through it. So hook up video cameras and such. You can run a mail server off of it. Things just very, very flexible. If you ever have that kind of use case scenario, that's definitely something you want to take a look at.
Sure.
The reporting on it is really good too. Let's see. Storage manager. So I can go in, look at my hard drives. It'll give me my smart data. I can run long and quick tests on that. It gives you extra thresholds, all your raw data and everything there.
Wow.
Just a bivy of info. These things also have, so if you have something you just want to dump to a file and save, and it's on an external, if it's on some sort of USB device,
yeah,
this also has a port on the front. You plug it in. Any USB storage device you plug in, you push the button on the front, it takes a dump of everything that's on that device and puts it in a dump. And it puts it in a pre-designated folder that you tell it to. So, how easy is that? You tell them, oh, look, you're working on your data file. You put it on here. Before you leave for the night, plug it in, just push this button, wait for the light to go off. These things are great.
They actually have to push. They have to push a button.
Well, it's on the actual device itself.
So for them to do a backup, they have to actually push a button, or no?
No.
Okay.
If you want to do that, the data dump.
Gotcha.
Something else that's really nice. Before they were using Mosey, and like I say, it was crash-tastic. So on here, under your backload, where's backups? Network backup. Come on, where is it at? I was just in there.
I don't know.
Anyways, you can take and just sign in with your Amazon S3 account.
Yeah.
And back up directly from this device to S3.
Really?
So now you've eliminated another machine with updates, your firewall issues.
Really? You could do that? That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is great. You no longer have to worry about your antivirus, whether the thing's on or off. It'll alert you when any sort of notification of any sort that's important. You can have it SMS you or email. This thing is just ridiculously. It's just.
How much?
Wow.
How much is it? $600.
No. Starting out around $200.
That's it?
Probably less.
That's
lower
it?
end model.
Without the hard drives.
So this is a two bay enclosure, 2 3.5-inch drives. Then it has 2 USB ports on the back that you can use for additional storage, and then it has the data dump one on the front.
Wow.
As well.
I like that thing.
Gigabit Ethernet. Nice, quiet little device. I've got the fans running full blast, so maximum cooling. Again, that's more options in there. It's just tons of options in the thing. And then I've used one of these before, and that was probably, that's been a couple generations ago as far as the firmware goes. And the the progress they've made on it's just freaking amazing. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Like I'm gonna be looking for places I can use these now.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people have told me just get an old computer and run FreeNAS on it. I don't want to have a desktop just sitting there, boxes running all the time, sucking up power. I always wanted to have a nice little thing like that. This thing looks super badass. I need to do backups. I almost had a situation the other day I narrowly got out of where I thought I lost some stuff. So I really should look at backups.
Yeah, the thing runs. The power adapter is all of 70 watts.
Yeah.
So max is pulling 70 watts, you know?
Yeah, max. I doubt it even pulls that much. Cool.
Yeah, a lot better than a computer. Chris is
this
in
guy
the chat.
is freeing up a ton of space. Yeah, Chris is the one that turned me on to the Synology. Like a year ago probably. But
Chris writes,
it's going to save this guy some money and space, and it's one less thing to worry about. Now he has redundancy. He had a RAID set up before, and by RAID he just meant he had multiple drives in this machine. No RAID. It had the RAID software installed on the desktop. I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe it actually does have a RAID. I double click it. The RAID manager, it pops up. It says no disks available for RAID. No RAID configured. I'm like, huh.
Did somebody tell this guy he had RAID? Did somebody tell this guy he had RAID, or he just thought he had? I mean, somebody set it up and said he had RAID.
Built it for him, told him he did. His brother, it's his brother or brother-in-law that was doing all his tech support before, and I went in and just updated like 5 machines to SP3.
How easy would RAID be if that's all you had to do? Just throw a bunch of hard drives in your computer.
Sorry, Steve, you were saying?
Chris was saying, he says, I have the DS410. It's better than a server. I told William about this, and then he writes, theft.
Telford did it first. Or Simpsons. Simpsons did it first.
Who did?
Simpsons. Simpsons already did it.
Yeah. Look, even Blake likes this.
Blake loves this. She's loving us.
Yeah, she likes the show.
I don't have anything else. So why don't I read the emails now, and then we'll do what do you like, what don't you like, and then anything else that you guys want to talk about, we'll do that. What do you say?
Sure.
First V-mail. I always, first of all, I always mix up voicemail and email. Now I'm saying V-mail. I'm just an idiot. This is from Wilbur Bear, and this is really cool. He says, I just saw this, and I wondered if you would play it on Nutz at Night for me. I thought this was amazing. Thanks, from Wilbur Bear. I think it's amazing, too. Check it out. It's a video. It's a vegetable market, and they're all set up next to train tracks here.
Oh, man.
And here comes a train.
Oh, no.
And watch this. The train runs over the vegetable market. People are like hanging off to the side. Train goes through, runs over everything. Then you see the end of the train. Nothing was touched, and all the shop owners put out their little overhangs back over the train tracks. So,
oh my God!
And then the vegetable market was just back at to normal again. So they knew they had every precise measurement measured out so the train wouldn't hit their vegetables. But the train literally ran over it, but the vegetables were too low on the ground for anybody listening on audio.
Now you got train brake dust all over your.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Choy.
I know. Bok choy. No, that's what I was thinking. But hey, I mean, when you're tight on space,
they look like they're concerned about cleanliness in that video.
I mean, they were happy to probably have 6 inches of extra space in their booth. I mean, it's like,
oh, it's crazy.
That was crazy.
They need to work for IKEA.
Yeah.
That is space management there.
That was huge.
Put one of those guys in charge of the HP drivers.
That's efficient. That is efficient.
Yeah, that's efficiency for sure. That only stuff like that can happen in countries like that. You know, you can't have that in London or in the United States.
Right. I know it would not be allowed.
It'd be some kind of lawsuit because somebody ran over their beets or their bok choy.
You just like saying that, don't you?
Or dragon fruit. Do you ever see dragon fruit?
Yeah, I think so.
Dragon fruit's crazy looking. Let me
Really?
see. Oh, it's really, really crazy looking. I'm gonna look it up for you.
I want to look at it now.
Nutz at Night, Dragon Fruit Edition.
Just type in dragon fruit and Google
It
Images.
sounds nice. I mean, it sounds.
Dude, it's crazy.
All right, here we go. Images for dragon fruit. Let's Google image this thing. Yeah, that's kind of funky looking. What's going on with that?
Look at the one with the, yeah. Look at that.
This one?
Just pick any. Of them.
Whoa, that's
That's the
gross.
inside.
That's
I
gross.
know. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. Damn.
Guess what? Caviar on your fruit.
That's the weird thing about culture. That's the culture difference. That kind of gelatinous, kind of like gooey kind of stuff. We just can't handle it, but other countries dig right in.
Yeah, they love the goo.
They don't mind the goo. Like we see goo and we screech like little girls.
Seriously, that's why I don't like a lot of condiments, because of the gooiness factor.
Yeah.
Not into that. Wilbur Bear sent another video, and he's just every video he sent me has been completely awesome. And this is called the coolest clock ever, and I have to agree, this is the coolest clock ever. Check this thing out. It's on YouTube. It's just called coolest clock ever with a question mark. But first, let's enjoy this advertisement from Microsoft.
Come on, kill the butterfly already. Really?
I know the
It
butterfly.
looks like a pair of flip-flops flopping around.
It does.
Yeah, you're right.
This look like flip flops.
All right, check it out.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see this?
I've seen this.
It's basically a guy behind like a somewhat transparent clock face drawing in what time it is with the hands with just a black marker.
This is so hard to describe.
It's very hard to describe. But this guy's
You
filming.
think he got hired at a temp agency, or I mean,
No, but
how do you find a person to do that?
and here's the thing. Keep watching, because right now it looks like a guy behind a piece of glass just drawing a clock, and he's actually putting the correct time. But watch as you back up, and some lady just walks right in front of the camera like a doofus.
Because she's not paying attention. She's the last person on Earth. That's what it is.
That is cool. That's the kind of thing that's going to scare the living crap out of you when you walk by it in the middle of the night. Or you catch it out of the corner of your eye.
Right. There's no dude in there. He couldn't fit.
Awesome.
And they just after a minute, he wipes away the old hand and draws a new minute hand. So he literally draws every minute with a ruler. And that's what he does.
How much? If you know, the only time I'd ever look at that, I'd look at it, and it would be between minutes. Every single time.
You mean where he's actually drawing?
No, it'd be like right after you erased it, and I've got to walk by. I'm like, oh, what time is it?
Exactly. I agree.
It's an LCD screen. It's not actually. I mean, the guy did tape it. It's him really doing it, but it's like a loop of him doing it.
Yeah, it's a loop
forever.
of him. Right. Now I don't know. He probably did the whole thing, and I probably didn't do it straight, obviously, but he probably
second hand.
he probably did the whole thing, like 24 hours worth. I would guess. I don't know. That would be the best way to do it, I think.
If he did a little coke, he could do the second hand as well. Or crank, whatever. Some kind of horrible drug that keeps you up all the time.
I think the coolest thing about that clock was the fact that it wasn't LCD. It wasn't an actual guy in there. Because that's the freaky part, especially when you're watching the video. Because you're like, all right, it's a guy back there drawing it. What's he going to, end off in 5 minutes? And then they show that a guy can't actually fit in the whole enclosure, and that's what made it the coolest, I think. All right, what do you want to do first, Steve D? What do you like or what don't you like?
Talk about what I like.
All right,
something simple. It's just something I like and whatever.
What do you like?
Real simple. I'm really loving the. I didn't embrace it at first, but now I'm really loving the Amazon App Store on Android. It's just so much better.
Really?
And the free apps. I originally when I heard about them giving out free apps, I just I was like, whatever. So they're gonna offer $1 off. Or they're gonna offer free apps that are like $1 or $1.50 or something. It's like who cares? But no, actually not at all. it almost seems completely random what they offer as a free app, and I've seen so far 3 different apps on there that are $10 apps that are completely free.
I know.
Yeah, what?
Door keeps reminding me every Android app addicts how awesome it is, and I just never go, and I need to go.
Yeah, I had to bring it for this show. It's just great. I mean, I saw a cardio, what was it, cardio something or other? Some kind of cardio app. It's like a fitness trainer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cardio trainer, that's what it's called. And the paid version is $10. It's a really expensive kind of app. I mean, it's got a lot of, it's very extensive in its things and what it does and everything. So there's a lot to it. So it kind of is kind of a $10 app. I mean, it's a lot there. $10 app free just a few days ago. It's awesome.
Wow.
I mean, even if you download it and you go, I'll just give it a shot, and if you don't like it, you just uninstall it whenever you feel like it, you know? Because you know, it's free. What are you gonna lose something? No, it's cool.
Very smart. Very smart.
I like it.
You know, though, I just went there, and the one they're giving away free now is called Test Killer Pro, with 199 reviews and 2 stars. So that must be a piece of crap.
That's the first time I've seen a bad one being offered.
No, I like Door. I've listened to the Door, and he said they give away crazy good stuff there.
Yeah.
So. And I think Eric also mentioned it too.
2 stars.
2 stars, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first crap one that I saw.
Yeah. I have to give Eric some credit too, because I think he brought it up. He was on the last Android App Addicts. I can't remember if it was him or Door. So whoever I give credit to, take it.
It's also just a better store. You know, it just looks better. It's better managed. It's just nice.
Yeah, I never liked the Google Marketplace.
Yeah, the newer Google Marketplace, the current one, isn't terrible. Like it's not horrible, but it's so much better than the original.
Yeah.
The original was like a piece of crap.
It was.
It was amazing it existed. It was so terrible. And then but this later one isn't too horrendous.
Yeah, very cool. Good one.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, what do you like?
I'm going to start with what I don't like, and that's this horrible upstream connection I have. Look at that. I look like some sort of crazy painting.
He does look like an oil painting.
And you sound like you're on a telephone, by the way.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
You sounded like Steve D sounded earlier.
I know, I saw mine drop out.
Kill the video.
Put it back, man.
Do I sound better now?
He didn't even look like he had eyes. His video was so terrible.
I look like the zombies from the zombie app.
Yeah, you sounded good. When you turned it off, you sound good.
Oh, look, it's a little better there. You have eyes again.
So, what do you like? I can't remember what you said.
No, I said what I don't like. I'm going to finish up my don't like. I'm going to do it backwards. That's right. What I don't like is when you have a USB device that's been plugged into your computer for days, weeks, months, years, in fact.
Years.
You unplug it, you plug it back in, and it's like, boom, downloading driver. What?
Serious?
Why would you download the driver to something you already have?
Did you put it in the same spot? That matters.
It shouldn't matter.
It does.
Shouldn't matter. I know it matters, but why should it matter?
I hope it doesn't matter in Windows 8. I don't think it should matter.
It shouldn't.
I know. I agree with you. It does.
That's why I don't like it.
Good. Now you confuse me because I don't know what to do. I like or don't like.
It's up to you.
What do you like?
I'm going to like. Yeah, I guess I like this a little bit. Actually, I would like it better, but this thing. This is it's an Allsop, is the name of the company. Palm rest for you put your arm on it when you're using a mouse. You know, you put your arm right there and you use the mouse like that.
Yeah.
It's because like I've been doing a lot of work on the computer lately, and my wrist hurts from using the mouse so much. So I put this little thing in there, put my hammer on top of it. It's a little beanbag. Now I have comfortable mouse usage, and I've been using it, and it actually got rid of the pain. So I do have to like it. But what I actually like better are mouse pads with the wrist cushion already built in, which I got over in the other room, and that I actually like better. I have to admit. They work.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They do work, though.
Oh, I hate those things.
Hey, this is my first time having to use one. It doing the job. Let's put it that way. Because my wrist started to hurt.
No, to each their own. I mean, it's a personal thing for sure. Those things drive me nuts, though, when I go to clients and they've got you've always got the one corner that's peeling up on the gel pad, and
Yeah.
it's never been cleaned.
Yeah, I know what you mean. If they had this, it'd be a
Or
little
they got
better.
the gel leaking out. Like, really? Place the thing or throw it away. You're kidding me.
The gel's leaking out.
I convinced a friend that there's real pearls in those because it's got those little balls inside there. and I convinced him to the point where he tore it open to look.
No.
Yeah, it was great. He broke
awesome.
it. And he's like, why did you make me do that? I was like, what do you mean, why? I just made you destroy that for no reason.
All right, Steve D, what don't you like?
I really don't like it when you go on Twitter and then you say you command your entire little Twitter army to like your friend, to click a button that says like on your friend's Facebook page, so that they can have some more likes on their little Facebook page. And it's a business Facebook page. In fact, it's the same industry as most of my followers, and literally one person goes, "Hey, done, I'll do that," and then clicks it out of like 200 and I don't know how many thousand billion dollars I have.
To be fair, 2 people have listened to you now.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Wait a minute.
Oh, I got 2 people
make
for
sure, I make sure I'm totally following. So you sent out a tweet saying like my Facebook business page?
No, I sent that out. Wait, Will's right here, Liam.
Oh, you sent it out to like Liam's Facebook page.
Yeah, it's not even his Facebook page. It's his business Facebook page. Just click on the little like button.
And 2 people did it?
And I even put a link in there. It's
And
not like
you
I
were
made
one of
them go
them?
on a wild goose chase searching down the freaking business on Facebook, which really sucks. Facebook's definitely not in the searching business, I can tell you that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they stink with their search engine. But no, I got 2 people. Thank you. I'm going to give a thorough shout out.
And that was
Thanks,
with the help
Trucker Bill.
of Door to Door.
Oh, yeah, and then that's actually even worse. That actually made it even worse because Door actually retweeted, and he's got like, I don't know, 5 times the follower base as me, and he still only got 1 other like.
I don't think our listener base are big Facebookers. I just think that's what it is.
Nah,
That's
Facebook is not sex.
I have to admit, though, I mean, I'm seeing it so much that I have to embrace it as a business decision. So we're probably going to see some stuff on Facebook for Podnutz. I don't want to do it, but I can't ignore it anymore because it's just getting too big, and it would be stupid to just pretend like it doesn't exist. So I'm going
to have to appease the sheeple.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm more of a Twitter fan personally, but if you got Facebook, look for Liam Tech. One word, Liam, T-E-K. It's not my business. I got one too, but whatever. Maybe some other time. I don't really care. I mean,
I'll tell you what I don't like about that. Sorry to interrupt your Facebook commercial for both of you guys.
Sure. I'm not for both. Not for both of us. Just him.
I did not solicit this.
I remember I couldn't listen to a song. I think I was listening to music or something. I couldn't listen to a song unless I liked them on Facebook. It was a link somebody put like in a forum or something to listen to like how they made the song with some of that software I was learning how to use, and I couldn't listen to it unless I liked them on Facebook. It was a requirement. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I don't like you. I hate it, and I hit the hate button. Actually, there is no hate button.
It should be a hate button.
There is not.
There's a scam going around that says, here, do this, and you'll get a dislike button. And, of course, it's just a freaking JavaScript exploit.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Liam, what do you like? Now that you mixed us all up.
What do I like? I like doing this. Whee! But do you know why? Do you know why I like doing that?
Because you're wireless?
Because I'm not tangled up in cord.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't watching, he was spinning around in his chair. And for those of you who...
I bet that looked great with the lag,
That's
right?
what I'm saying, dude. For those of you who were watching, we literally saw 2 frames per revolution. We saw him forward, backward, forward, backward. That was awesome, dude. I love that. That's a great thing to like.
I love these. I love this headset.
What is it?
Ever.
What is it?
It
And where on
Lantron.
Yeah.
You can find it on podnutz.com/Amazon and probably /eBay. It's the Plantronics 995.
How much were they?
Like $60 delivered.
Ooh, that ain't bad.
Or you can go to Best Buy and get them for $100.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't look cheap. So very cool, man. Very cool.
They're can style.
Can style. They're huge, but they probably sound great.
They sound awesome.
They do.
Yeah.
Good.
And they have.
I get about a 40-foot range,
USB.
as long as I don't have anything metal between me and the receiver.
Okay. What, Steve D?
I think they have a USB rechargeable battery in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What do you put it in like a little dock?
No, it just came with a little charging cable, a little mini USB-B.
Gotcha.
It plugs into the side here.
Awesome. I do like that. All right. What do I not like? Let me see. Went to the supermarket today and I bought a bunch of lottery tickets. The scratch-off kind. I only buy the scratch-off kind, and I usually only buy the $1 ones, but sometimes I'll buy the $2 ones if they're out of $1 ones. And you know what I don't like about the $1 lottery tickets when I play? I don't like winning $1 on those tickets. You
mean breaking even?
Yeah, breaking even. I hate it. It's almost worse for me than not winning anything, because it's almost I spent $1. You're just gonna give me my $1 back. There's no game in that. It took all the fun out of the game. Like, I either win or lose, but don't make me break even, because that's just dumb. Give me like $10, 75, 1,000, 5,000, or make me lose. But I don't want my buck back. That's what I don't like. I don't like winning it.
The lottery
stinks. Fun is if they gave away lottery tickets, but you had as many losing tickets as you did winning tickets. So, sorry, you owe us $9.
What? Wait, what?
That didn't make sense to me either.
Say it again, Liam.
That's okay. So instead of paying $1 for the ticket, they give you the ticket, but you sign a contract that says if you lose, you're paying them, and if you win, they pay you.
Sign a contract. Yeah, that's how they should do the lottery. Good idea. That's so funny.
I don't know why they can't just get the lottery straight. Like, why is it that you win $1 when you spend $1, right? Or you win $5, or if you're really lucky, you win like $10 or $20, right? That's just stupid, right? Or it's the other lottery, like the Mega Million type of lotteries, where you can win like $250 million, right? And it's like one person a year or something, so something ridiculous, right? How about 120 or 170 $1 million winners? You know what I mean? Instead of you got either one of two sides of the spectrum. You're either winning $1 or you're winning $270 million. Could we just have more winners with something that people actually would care about? Like, even if it's, how about that? Double it, right? How about like 450 winners, right?
Yeah, but you think you could sell as many tickets? Because you have to sell that many tickets to get the pot, to make the pot go up. You think people are going to spend money just to win $1 million?
Yeah, I would.
Sure.
There's more. You have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, I think I would too, but I don't know.
Think about it, right? If there's only 1 million, if there's one winner, and it's like $250 million, right? Then if instead you could make your odds 500 times better if there's $500,000 winners.
Right.
500 $500,000 winners would get my blood pumping. I mean, think about it. Like, if somebody handed you $500,000, I mean, sure, you're not necessarily set for like some kind of lavish lifestyle, but you can pay off your freaking mortgage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
for sure. You can pay
off loans, mortgages, things.
Yeah, that's still a lottery winning. Still makes you feel good.
Yeah, I agree. That's why another reason why I don't like the $1 winning $1.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's either one or the other.
Right.
Like, you're either going to win something you don't care about, or you're going to win, or never win a ridiculous pot. Ugh.
I think it's good. I think you should start a lottery like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's completely legal.
All right. I think that's it, folks. We covered everything, didn't we? Any last comments before we end off? Tell us where we could find you guys. Why don't you, Steve D?
You can find me on Twitter, SMD Steve.
Very good. Liam.
Liam Tech on Twitter. LIAMTEK.
Very good. Well, guys, thanks very much for watching and tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time.